I'd like to talk about how plant defences affect the entire community you can see. So this is a beech tree, a rather splendid mature beech tree. And the strategy that beech leaves have is that they form what's called a monolayer, a flat layer of leaves, which is very efficient at absorbing the light by having non-overlapping leaves. And by the fact there's a number of these layers, that means that the beech tree is very efficient at extracting the light, so that underneath of beech trees is dark. Beech trees grow in difficult conditions very often. So here it's going on chalk. And that has a number of consequences. It's low in nutrient. So famously they have little nitrogen in them. And when at the end of the season, when they're dropping their leaves, they're particularly efficient at extracting that nitrogen. So there's little that drops down and they can then use that nitrogen next year. Furthermore, as they put a lot of, as these leaves are difficult to grow because nutrients are short, they then defend them to look after them. And they do this in a number of ways. These leaves are strong, you can feel it's quite hard to break, and that's because they're full of lignin, which is a complex, tough molecule. They also, to stop them being grazed as well, they're full of toxins such as tannins. So that means when these leaves drop, they're low in nutrients, they're tough because they're full of lignins, they're toxic because they're full of tannins. So the leaf litter breaks down very slowly. You can see here's this leaf litter, and there's this accumulated leaf litter. So it's difficult conditions for plants to grow in. It's low light conditions, it's difficult to get anywhere near the soil. The leaf litter breaks down slowly because it is low in nutrients and tough and toxic, and so it just sits around. And then very few species can actually grow in these conditions, and those that they are very often parasites or mutualists. This is broad-leaved helleborine, an orchid, and this orchid collaborates with fungi, and that's how it can extract nutrients. And then the other species that you can see around here is a bird nest orchid. This looks dead, but actually that's because it doesn't have any green parts, it doesn't photosynthesize, it's entirely parasitic on tree roots. So what I'm saying is that the soils determine the strategy and the defense strategy. The defense strategy determines the environmental conditions, and then the environmental conditions determines the community that you see. And that explains why beechwoods, I think they look stunningly beautiful, but they're low in plant diversity.